How's it going, guys? Jacob Rothenberg here. And what I want to talk about today in scaling to six figures are the applications, apps, and technology that I generally use for publishing. So I won't do any fluff, I'll just get right on to it. Well, we got to ask ourselves, why is technology important? Why do we need to use apps? Why don't we just do everything ourselves just by using Amazon and nothing else? I'll tell you why. There's four things that technology can do for you in your publishing business. You can automate tasks, so you can either have things done without your physical presence, or you can automate things to happen later in time, so that if, for instance, if today I had 3 hours of time to work, but none tomorrow, I can set up things to launch out tomorrow when I don't have time. Another one is data interpretation. I don't want to make that more complicated than it sounds. But with data interpretation, I'm referring to if you go on your dashboard on KDP, it's sometimes very hard to tell how much you're really making for the month, especially if you have page reads and all that. It's really easier to use a third party application to read your sales data. So that does count as data interpretation, along with analytical tools. So if perhaps you are just needing to get through data faster for keyword research, there's a Chrome plugin that's free that you can use to make interpreting all the data you see easier from Amazon. And there's really a whole host of things, and I could have gone really advanced with Prestuzon or Helium and all that, but we're going to keep this relatively simple to where you can take notes on what I'm talking about today. You can check out the applications and tech that you like and implement them in your business as soon as today. So nothing that I'm going to show you here is going to break the bank. Nothing has an affiliate link of mine. This is really all for you. And you can implement what I'm going to show you. Next, communication. This is an obvious one, but sometimes you need to be able to either effectively communicate with your staff or with your teammates slash business partners or your employees. So I actually use several different modalities of communication, and we'll go all over them and why I use those platforms. And last, organization. When you have a lot of moving parts in a business, it's easy to get lost. It's easy to be frantic and forget to do things. But if you can stay relatively organized, so more the better. And I definitely use a couple things to stay organized with my business. Nothing complicated, just stuff that can help you with yours. So, what can we use for automation? Now, truth be told, guys, you can use any email platform, any email marketing platform. I personally like using MailerLite. I've looked at others. I have a subscription to some other ones. There's Aweber, there's Active Campaign, which I do still have a subscription to. There's MailChimp, but I like MailerLite. MailerLite is really simple to use. It's very simple to set up an automated email sequence, which I'll explain in a bit if you don't know what that is. And it's very scalable in cost, meaning as I gain more subscribers, my monthly bill in using the service does go up. But it's not going up at such a rate that I can't afford it. So I have a list of 25,000 subscribers under one email list. My monthly bill for that is around $120. And in actuality, that's not so bad. I make more than $120 a month off that list alone just by using it. So that justifies the cost very well. And with MailerLite, like I said, it's very easy to set up an automated email sequence. And what that is basically is when someone joins my email list, I have already set up the emails that are going to send in sequence without me actually sending them myself. So the email marketing platform, MailerLite, will send email one once a user signs up for the list. And then I'll program MailerLite to do a day later another email number 2, and then so on and so forth. And that can be used for a lot of reasons. You can be promoting different products. You can be asking different questions to an email subscriber that you wouldn't want to send manually every single time someone joins your list. There's really a whole variety of reasons you'd use an automated email sequence, but it's really important that you do have one for your business. I can't imagine sending out these manual emails to everyone that joins my list for among all the lists that I manage. That'd be crazy. So you want to be able to automate such tasks. Likewise with scheduling emails, I prefer that emails to my list are sent out early in the morning in America. So I like to program it to be more or less around 6 a.m. Pacific time, 9 on the East. So 6 in the West, 9 on the East, 69. And I don't want to be up at 6 a.m. every time I want to write those emails. So right now, it's actually Sunday night. I can write those emails right now, set them up for tomorrow morning, and I can doze off, wake up at 10 a.m. my time, and those emails will have sent out. So that's a great tool for automation. Also, Facebook and Twitter post scheduling. If you have listened to my videos from prior, I do not write out my posts on Facebook at times live. I have it scheduled. I usually have it scheduled for the next day, if not later in the day. Likewise with Twitter, I never post live. Everything is done in batches to where if I have 20 minutes of time that I want to afford doing my Twitter posts, I just do it right there and then bang them out. Because I don't want to be up at 6 a.m., then 9 a.m., then 1 p.m., then 3 p.m. writing these posts throughout the day. That's an unreliable way of having me stay consistent with writing posts. So I'll have them scheduled instead. Likewise, with YouTube, I very rarely do live releases of YouTube videos because it wouldn't make sense, again, if I'm recording at, well, what's the time now? It's 7 p.m. as I'm recording this. It doesn't make sense to send out a video at 10 p.m. Western and Pacific Standard Time because who's going to watch my video at 10 p.m. / 1 a.m. on the East? Like, not as many people as if compared to scheduling it for 6 a.m. West, 9 a.m. East. Okay, then people will wake up, they'll check their emails, check YouTube for whatever, and maybe they'll watch my video before they go to work or get on with their day. And that's actually much more likely to happen than getting views while people are asleep in America. So that's what I do. Now, data interpretation. Look, I'm not going to act like I'm making this very complicated. All this means is reading data more easily, okay? So for reading finances on KDP, like I said before, it's very challenging sometimes to tell how much you're really making in a month and reading data for a prior month. And I've used just about every single gosh darn platform for reading data. I've used Get Book Report, also known as Get Book Report. I've used AK Report, and I've used ReaderLinks. I personally like Book Report. I personally thought that AK Report used to be the best until it became too slow for me and unreliable. And I do like ReaderLinks actually the most with all the features that it has. So I would say I think you can try all three of them for free. ReaderLinks, I believe, has a 30-day free trial. Likewise with Get Book Report and maybe even AK Report. So I would say try all three of them out and see which one you like the most. It's not the most important thing for your business, but it's really, really, really such a load off your shoulders being able to read your sales data quickly with something like ReaderLinks, for example. So get one of those for sure. And also, I like to use a free Chrome plugin. So Google Chrome, a plugin called Amazon DS Quick View. And Amazon DS Quick View allows me to do keyword research much more quickly for books. So I'll actually do a live example. Wasn't even planning on this. Whoop, let's go back. Let's back on up. And let's do this. Let's do elephant books for kids. Because I have Amazon DS Quick View here up and running, I actually can populate rankings and other data just by highlighting the image on my search results. So rather than having to click on each book and read the product details inside, I can just highlight the product and get the product details right here and quickly analyze, okay, this book sells really well, really well. This book is number 10 in the entire Amazon store. That's amazing. I don't want to compete for this keyword. Or I can tell, hey, this book, how long is this book? Oh, it is 48 pages and it doesn't rank so well as the others. So that's what Amazon DS Quick View allows me to do. And I always use it for keyword research, and I should have honestly used it much sooner than I had found it. So that's why I use the DS Quick View. Communication. Now, this one's probably real obvious to you, but when you're running a business, you do have to communicate with a whole lot of partners. So whether you're working with freelancers, agents, teammates, employees, there's a whole slew of things you can do. Email, I'm not even going to talk about that. Email is really obvious what you can use that for if you need to write messages. I actually work with a lot of people over social media messaging. So I'll do DMs for working with people you actually know on YouTube in publishing through Facebook and Instagram. I'll either use it to work on publishing related projects with people. I actually also work with the majority of my students, clients through Facebook Messenger so that we can have live communication instead of having a delayed back and forth with questions and answers through email. I'm a type of person who would rather just be available and knock out all of your questions through Facebook Messenger. That doesn't work for everyone. A lot of other people choose to just have a little bit of a barrier and have email be their primary mode for communication, but maybe I'm a little bit too generous with my time, so I like to use Facebook for quick one-on-ones with clients and students. Video conferencing. It's been a big thing for the past few years, and it's definitely a big thing this year in 2020 with the coronavirus and social distancing. So I'm sure all of you have at least at one point in your life by now have used Zoom. Zoom is a great way to either host a conference, so you can host a conference between you and at least one other person, if not a dozen people, 24 people. I've actually been debating whether I want to hold a live event next year here in Vegas or just do it through Zoom. So I'm kind of weighing that, and I'll probably make a separate video asking about that, a whole other topic. But if you want to hold a conference or a team meeting, Zoom is great. There's also Google Hangouts. I've used Google Hangouts a few times, especially when I used to work for a software company in San Francisco. We used Google Hangouts, not Zoom. I don't think it has as many as features as Zoom, but for whatever reason, I think actually the video and microphone quality on Google Hangouts is better than Zoom, but that's just me. If I had to pick one or the other, Zoom. Then, there's also third-party website platforms. You've got Fiverr, where you are talking to people one-on-one for communication. You've got Upwork. That's a given. We're going to make that a quick bullet point. And here's a caveat for those of you that don't know these platforms. I had to use a platform called Slack. Slack is a great way of managing channels of communication within a company. I had to use Slack for the software company that I worked for in San Francisco. Amazing tool. You can communicate company-wide. You can have channels across different teams. You can do one-on-one messaging. You can, I believe, sounds kind of basic, but I guess notifications when someone's chatting you through the system. And basically, it's just a really cool way of organizing communication within a team. And I'll leave it at that. So Slack is free to use and start out with. And if you're managing a team, a small team especially, check that out. Also, I am someone that at one point this year I was using Asana. Asana is amazing, probably the best platform thus far I have used for not only team communication, but project management as well. So if you have like a list of objectives for a project that need to be met, for instance, and you have a team involved making sure everything is done step by step, Asana is literally just that, something that helps you manage projects across working with a team, your company, what have you. Now, I say that I used to use Asana because the truth is, Asana is expensive. After you've reached 15 members in your Asana group, so to speak, they do charge money. It's like $15 per user per month using Asana. And for me, that is not scalable. If I'm going to have 100 people on my Asana group, that's going to be $1,500 a month just to communicate across my projects. And I'm not at that level where I'm going to spend 1.5K a month just for that. So would it have made sense if it were $15 a month flat? Absolutely. So I was using Asana right up until I reached 15 members for my team that I was using it for. And after that, I just found another way of handling communication myself. So check it out. See if it's good for you. It's free to start out with. And see if it's something you'd like to perhaps upgrade and scale up with yourself. Along with that, organization. So Microsoft Office is a big obvious one. I like to use Excel for documentation tracking. I think this is really obvious if you've worked in a corporate environment. You can track your accounting, your bookkeeping, metrics, analytical data. You can do graphs, all that. However, Microsoft Office is not free to use. I have a yearly subscription to it, but if you are a student or someone that simply doesn't want to invest the money into MS, or I guess MS Office, Google Docs. Google Docs is really cool. I think it has as much features as Microsoft Office. I'm actually presenting to you right now, not with Microsoft PowerPoint, but with Google Slides. So if I wanted to do a presentation, I'm not going to buy PowerPoint. I'll just use Google Slides online and do that myself for free here. And along with that, staying organized with a team, you got to use Asana. Just check it out, see if it's for you. It's probably the best platform for project management, unless you are like really, really crafty with using Slack. Asana's likely the best one out there for your publishing business, especially if you're managing a small team. So if it's a team of less than 15 members, it's entirely free to use. And for those of you watching, I'm going to say 90% of you, well, maybe 98% of you, have less than 15 team members for your publishing business. So definitely check out Asana. And that's all I've got for today, guys. I want to keep this short and sweet. I don't want to milk out my video time just so I can get some more minutes watched. Just wanted to get straight to the point and benefit you guys. So what I will say is if you are more serious about scaling, if you're already making money from Kindle publishing, perhaps you're making $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, and you want to learn more about automating your business, learning more advanced applications, more advanced technology that I did not show in this video, and really get things going to where you don't have to work in your business. It can just be worked on by you and your staff, and you can scale up while spending less time in the business. I implore you to just check out the link below in the video description here. Juan Bourne's program called Automated Scaling for Publishers. You don't have to buy it, but it is free to check out at the very least. If you have any questions about the program, let me know. Likewise, you can ask Juan directly, I suppose. And aside from that, I'm in the program, and I really believe it's worth the honestly small investment. It's a very inexpensive program to join, honestly. So at least take a look at it and see if it's for you. And if not, that's okay too. If it's not, that's okay too. Just keep watching my videos and I will have more content for you. So that's it, guys. I will have more content coming shortly and hope you're doing well. So take care. See you later.